Hey, let's go, boys. We've got a new lens. I'm just kidding. So this is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. It's an action cam and I recently got it secondhand for a very good price. So this thing is huge. So imagine holding this in public just to record yourself. You're gonna need some strong arms. So the lens that I have rigged up to my FX3 is a 24-70 and it's my only lens. Don't get me wrong, for professional work, that thing is a beast. For content creation though, it has been a hassle to carry that with me. And for vlogging, the pain. So initially I wanted to get a second smaller lens just to get this setup a bit lighter, but those lenses are hella expensive. Now with Sony lenses being so expensive, I just decided let's go for a second camera. But this time we're going for something small. Something that fits in my pocket and doesn't scream I'm recording myself in public. I came across Insta360's Ace Pro 2 and the things that this thing can do for the price. So the Ace Pro 2 is packed with a ton of features. You've got 8K recording, you can shoot in iLog, and there are tons of built-in creative looks as well. If you're into photography, this can shoot 50 megapixels photos as well. I'm not that interested in photos, so we're gonna use this for videos mainly. You've got tons of manual features as well. You can adjust your shutter speed, you can adjust your white balance and ISO. You can also shoot in log if you prefer that over the creative looks that are built in, which is in this case Insta360's iLog. Okay, so right out of the bat, I noticed that this camera has some insane stabilization. I took it out, started recording, and the footage was buttery smooth. It has a typical action cam design. You've got your power button on the side here. On the top, you have the record button. You've got USB-C input for charging and a micro SD slot. On the other side, you've got a compartment for your batteries. In the front, you have a small display which does come in handy when you need all the information about your recording. It shows your battery status, how much recording time you have left, and in which mode you're shooting. And now we have something in the back that's kind of cool and can be pretty useful. You've got your display, but it's not a regular display. This can flip up. If you press these two buttons, you can flip this display. This can be very useful if you properly want to frame your shots, especially when filming yourself. So you're getting a full touchscreen display which you can navigate around with through the camera. However, the display in the front is not touchscreen. So I have this hooked up to my PGI Tech Mantis Pod. And for those who know this tripod, you know that this tripod can do a lot of things. Combined with this camera, the possibilities are endless. Imagine the things you can do with this setup. Look at this. I'm not even holding it at arm's length. And this is arm's length. It's capturing a lot, you know. It's a very wide view. Normally I'm gonna be holding it like this. It's a very small, lightweight setup. And I'm starting to like this. I'm really liking this. I think for vlogging, this is going to be a perfect setup. Check this out. If you have this crab claw, I think you can do tons of amazing things with it as well. I would highly recommend getting something like this as well if you want to expand your creativity. But yeah, I'm excited to get this outdoors and let's see what this thing can do. Okay, so it's pretty windy out here and yeah, we have the camera with us. And it's not screaming, you know, it's not screaming vlogger. I think it does a pretty good job of being discreet. It's a very good camera for photography as well, but I'm not that interested in photography, so this camera is mainly going to be used as a video camera. As I've said, you also have a couple of different creative looks to choose from. That's if you don't really want to mess around with editing and color grading. You can just dial in a look that you like and you can just go from there, and it's pretty handy. It also comes with Insta360's pure video mode. This is good for low light conditions. If you're out and about and don't really have enough lighting, you can switch it to pure video mode and you're gonna have some awesome footage in low light. So the settings that I use, the only setting that I keep locked is the white balance. This is because I don't really want the colors to shift, or the temperature to shift. Everything is on auto. I think the ISO, let me check. The ISO and the shutter speed I have on auto because I don't really want to switch to using ND filters. I wanted to make this as frictionless as possible. Just taking the camera out and point and shoot. I don't want to have to worry about anything else. This camera is intended to make life easier for me, I guess. One of the downsides is that this camera does not record in 10-bit, which is kind of unfortunate since I'm very used to 10-bit recording at the moment. Instead, this camera records in 8-bit, which is doable. I mean, I can make it work. I guess I'm just spoiled with 10-bit color, right? Another downside is the close-up focus. The close-up focus is horrible. I tried using this in my previous YouTube videos. I shot a couple of close-ups and the shots did not look good. Close-up footage were mostly out of focus. You can use some external accessories, but again, I don't really want to spend the time switching accessories all over again. This is the horizon lock, and you can see that I'm tilting the video. I'm rotating 360 degrees and it still keeps the horizon lock. So with the horizon lock, I can turn the camera 360 degrees and it still locks the horizon. That's pretty cool. I wanted to use this underwater, but the sun's already down and I guess I want to test it out when the water's a bit more clearer. So I'm gonna come back at the beach another time just to go underwater with it. We got some good donuts by the beach. Crazy, man. Man, it's dark out here. It's pretty dark out here, but for some reason there's enough light going into the camera. So far it's impressive. So this is night mode, pure video in other words. And this is what the footage looks like, but unfortunately, it doesn't shoot in iLog. Now I am at a shoot. Today I'm doing a real estate video shoot, and I decided to bring the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 with me for some scene shots. I know what you're thinking. The audio sounds horrible. I just realized there are a couple of more microphone options to choose from. You have stereo mode, voice enhancement mode, and wind reduction. And for some reason, I recorded this whole video in stereo mode. So I guess I should have been using either the voice enhancement mode or the wind reduction mode. I guess stereo mode picks up a lot of background and wind noise. But anyways, I guess after we're done, we're gonna head over to the beach to take this thing underwater. 3, 2, 1, action.
Luxury property management isn't about having the big.
Action!
That's why we intentionally.
Sometimes the zoom in was a bit slow and then sometimes a bit shaky, so I had to do it a couple more times.
Yeah,
this shot feels a bit more nice on this side because, and then I can go from here, so like this. No, I'm just gonna do a reveal like this. 3, 2, 1.
Because exception.
Okay, so I just finished doing the real estate shoot, and while I was filming with my FX3, I decided let's test this camera out for some real estate shots, and I was so surprised. Between this and the FX3, the amount of time that I've saved, I just picked up this camera and started recording. It's so convenient, and it made me focus more on the creativity of my shots. And look at this. You see my hands? Man, this is all from a gimbal. That's the DJI RS3, and man, along with the FX3 with a zoom lens, that thing was so heavy. And this one, I just picked it up and I just ran with it. Stabilized shots. It was so light and compact. The workflow feels faster. At this point, this camera can do anything.
This is legacy approved. I had a vision before them folks had a clue. Thank God I still had ability when we didn't have a roof. I couldn't even think of stability, let alone had the tools to be making change. And it ain't that ancient a memory. Strange that I can't forget where I came, but don't know if they'll do the same and remember me till I'm
Okay, so I'm finally home and I am so tired, but I am so excited at the same time to see what this camera can do underwater. So I'm gonna change real quick and we're gonna head to the beach. I got a underwater case for it, just because this will go into salt water, and I don't really trust salt water that much. We're gonna play it safe with underwater case to extend the depth as well. I'm not saying that the Ace Pro 2 can't go underwater without a case. It's just that after you're done with bringing this thing underwater in salt water, you're gonna have to rinse it out, and if you don't do that, it might damage the camera, so I don't want to lose a camera. I'm gonna attach it to this. There's my snorkel gear, and this is going like this. And if you wanna use it as a, if you wanna hold it like this underwater, you can use this. If you're gonna go into salt water with something that's metal, it's gonna rust. Let's see what it can do. The standard profile. This was the vintage look, which I don't really like, I guess. Let's go! Oh, this is dark. I think we're gonna have to switch over to pure video. So we are in pure video, and I hope this looks better. I'm having a lot of fun with this camera because it's so small, compact, and you can just take it anywhere with you. So I haven't really used the creative looks that much because I am used to shooting in log. So the moment I got this camera and saw that it can shoot in log, I instantly switched it to iLog. As you can see, it can go underwater. You don't really need a case, but for safety purposes, and especially when you're going much deeper than 12 meters, you're gonna need a case. So I wanted to play it safe with this one. Since it's salt water, I realized I would have to rinse everything after I'm done using it. So it's better to just use the case, just in case. Yeah, so without the case, it can go up to 12 meters or I think 39 feet. Now, of course, with the case, you can go much deeper. I do have to say that this camera made it much more easier for me to record in public because this camera is so small, people don't really notice it. And I think that makes it much more comfortable for me to record in public, since no one around me really notices me because it's like, you know, you're holding a small camera. So I'm basically invisible. Or at least that's how I feel with this camera. By leaving most of the settings in auto, I don't really have to focus that much on fiddling with the camera. This makes it much more convenient when trying to tell a story or creating content. It makes you focus a bit more on the creative side and how to tell the story instead of focusing on the technicals of a camera. This action cam is amazing. I think you're gonna see more of me using this camera in upcoming videos, and yeah, if you ask me, it's one of the best purchases I've made this year. So yeah, we're gonna end the video here, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this camera, and I'll see you in the next video.